Hello and welcome. In this video, I am showing you how to make this boutique themed jewelry box for Mother's Day. So this is how you open it up. You place your jewelry inside, you close it off, and you are ready to give it as a gift. So let's get started. So I'm gonna go over the supplies now. So for all the paper crafts, I like to use 160 and above paper. So I've used a variety of different paper packs, but one thing is common in all of them is that it is 160 GSM and above. So you can see this one is 160 and the plain A4 or letter size ones are 176 GSM, and these are the paper weights that I recommend. If you make it too thick, so for example, if it's 260 or something and above, it's gonna be really hard to create your projects because when you bend it, it's gonna break and it's gonna tear and stuff. It's not gonna look good along the score lines because it tends to break like a cardboard or something. So that's why I recommend staying in this range, which is 160 to 200 GSM for papers. So anything that falls between these ranges is a big yes. Anything beyond these ranges is a big no-no for all kinds of party paper crafting. So these are the papers that you would need for your crafts for this entire summit. These are the papers I'll be using, and I have listed them in the supply list. You can go and have a look over there with links and everything. You can check that out. And if you have any questions, you can let me know in the group. And for sticking things this time, usually I use a liquid white glue, fast drying, quick drying, transparent glue. But this time I'm just gonna be mostly using my glue gun, these foam tapes, and for simple paper to paper, I'll be using the Zig glue. So these are my go-to glues that I'll be using throughout all the projects in this event. So yep, that's pretty much it. And if you have any questions regarding the paper or the glue, let me know in the group. Alrighty, so let's go over the supplies. So for this tutorial, I'll be using this single-sided uh, foam tape. So this is actually used for doors to seal them, but we can always use this for crafting. It's really handy when you're making shaker cards and stuff like that. So we're going to be using this, a bunch of shaker sequins. So I've got like beads and sequins and whatnot to put inside the shaker. Then you'll be needing some medium weight cardstock along with an acetate sheet for the shaker part. And the rest of all is just medium to heavy weight cardstock. Now, one thing I want to point out is when you are cutting out the boxes, uh, make sure you're using medium weight cardstock, because if you use a heavyweight cardstock, it will rip from the sides. It tends to tear off. So I highly recommend using medium weight cardstock for projects like these. So let me just show you guys what cardstock I use. So this is the one. It's 65 pounds and 176 GSM. So this is the perfect cardstock to use for these kind of projects. So I've already cut everything out. So we're gonna start off by folding everything along the score lines. So let's look at the pieces. So this is gonna be the book kind of thing. I've already folded one of those. So this is how it's gonna look like. So I've got two layers of this to give it some strength. So this is gonna be the main jewelry box, and the rest of the stuff is gonna make the shop for the jewelry box. So let's get started, and we're gonna start off by folding this along the score line. This is something simple to start off with. So let's do that. Okay, so I folded everything along the score line. So I'm gonna fold it in and glue it in place. So this is gonna form a rectangle. So just go along with the flow and fold it in like this. And we're gonna add some glue at the bottom. And that is it. Make sure the edges are perfectly aligned. Let's do the same for this one. Let's add some glue and nicely tuck it in and close it off like this. Alrighty, so now we're gonna do the same for the other sides. Now you gotta make sure that when you fold it in, you have to lift it a bit and kind of push it in so that this covers the edge. So, and then you can add the glue on the side. So we have practiced it. Now let's finalize it by adding some glue here and just push it in. We're going to do the same for this side. You gotta hold it in place. Maybe you need to add some more glue here, just along this edge. And push it back in. Whoops, let it just dry. And I'm gonna do the same for the bottom. Excuse me. Alrighty, so that is done. And now we're gonna stick this here. So this is gonna go on top like this. Smoothing it out. So this will go in here. And now before you stick this, I completely forgot. So you need to add ribbon inside so that you can close this box once it is once you place the earring inside, because this is how it's gonna be. So let's add the ribbon here. And to add this ribbon, I will be using the glue gun. So since I've already glued this in place, I am just gonna try and insert this here with a little bit of glue. Let's push it inside. I just want to cover the edge. Alrighty, so that is done. Let's do the other side. I'm not gonna worry too much about this because this is gonna be covered with our shaker topper like this, so nothing to worry about over there. Let's add ribbon to the other side as well. Move to the side. And so this ribbon, I can place it here and then cover it with this. So let's glue this here. Like this. And I'm gonna leave this aside to dry. Now let's assemble our shaker section. So for that, we need this base, and this is the topmost layer, which is gonna go on top. And this is our shaker sequin, which is gonna go over here. So let's start off by adding this to this, gluing these two together. So I'm gonna use the double-sided tape for this one as well. I'm just gonna cut something long enough. And this goes here. For the sides, I'm actually just gonna cut this into a half because this is pretty slim, so we can trim this section like this. Oops. Let's do it with the scissor. It's a bit difficult because it's so sticky, but gotta make it work. And we're almost there, almost there, almost there, and there we go. So now let's stick it aligning to the edge like this and all the way to the bottom. And I'm going to do the same for the other side. Let's do this section as well. Okay, so I've added the tape and now I am just going to place this plastic layer or acetate layer on top, aligning the edges first to make sure that we get it right. There you go. All right, so that looks great. Now what I'm gonna do is, actually I want this to be plain so that you can see the shaker sequence inside. With this, I don't think you'll be able to see much. So let's flip it over, and next what I'm gonna do is add this double-sided tape all around. So let's peel this off. And let's place this along the edge. So I'm not gonna stick it towards the extreme edge because I don't want it popping out. We're just creating like a like a room kind of thing to keep the shaker sequence inside. So as long as it is outside the view of the transparent sheet, it should be fine. So you can place it and check. So you can see it is hidden behind this, so that's perfect. Let's do the same for the other two sides. Alrighty, so we've got our frame ready, and now is my favorite and most fun part, which is to add the sequins inside. So I'm gonna add some of these. I absolutely love this part of creating shaker themed projects. You get to add so many unique stuff inside. Oops, this one is not opening. All right, there you go. Now let's add the pink ones. And these last so long. I've been using this for like 3 years now. So if you can get one of this, you can use it for as many projects as you like. You can fill it up with as many sequins. And the good thing about this tape, it gives a lot of depth to the project, so you can use big beads as well. So this is gonna go on top like this. So let's add some glue here using the glue gun, because this is not double-sided, this is just single-sided. So we're gonna be using the glue gun. And I'm gonna start placing the top first. Actually, let's do the sides as well. You gotta make sure that you stick it right on time before the glue melts off. And it needs to be sealed perfectly. So make sure you're aligning everything and give it a nice press. And it needs to be sealed perfectly so that the sequins don't escape. So I'm gonna lift it up and I'm gonna do the rest. Gonna be real quick here. All right, let's press it down. And let's do the bottom section now. Alrighty. That is done. Let me refill my glue gun. Alrighty, so now we are gonna start adding the details onto the shop. So this is gonna go here, the door, and we've got the other door, which is this. It's gonna go here. Then we've got this, which is gonna go here. All the details of this shop. And the mom tag is gonna go on top here. And then we've got this Happy Mother's Day, which is gonna go at the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start gluing everything, all the details together. So this will go here at the bottom, like this. So actually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the 3D tape for this one. So I just brought it here. Let me grab it once again. So here are my 3 foam squares, and these are the really tiny ones, and these are double-sided. So I'm gonna use these all around the umbrella. to give it that 3D layered effect. Alrighty, so I am ready to place this here. Just align the umbrella with the cloud-like thing. I forgot what it is. Scallops. Yep, that's what it's called, the scallop. And we're gonna place this on top. I'm gonna add some foam squares here, as well as the top. Let's peel it off. And let's do this one as well. Whoops. Alrighty, I love how this looks. I love how the foil and glitter always looks so beautiful when you put it together. And for this, again, I will be using some more foam squares. So one tip when you're using foam squares, make sure you use a lot of them, because you never know when it's gonna fall off. And I've learned this the hard way. You can never have enough foam squares. So when you are making your craft, make sure you use as many as you can. So now we are gonna place this here, right on top. And I already love how this is turning out. Now I am gonna, so you'll have your grasses and flowers at the bottom. We're gonna attach that later. So meanwhile, what we can do is, before we do that, I just want to place it on top. I mean, complete the rest of the stuff. So this is gonna go in here. And so let's add some glue at the back. So you gotta make sure you add a ton of glue so that this doesn't fall off. Ton of glue here, and alrighty, that looks great. And now I am gonna add some glue. I'm gonna add some glue here behind this. And let's place this here. And you can see how pretty it already looks. So let's tie this for now. And inside we're gonna place this card, the earring card. You've got a variety of cards that come with this SVG that you can use. So you can use a bracelet card or an earring card. That's totally up to you, or a necklace card. So that's gonna go inside, and this is we're gonna tie it up like this. So now let's work on the rest of this section. Alright, so now we are gonna attach these thin layers. For these, it's best to use a tweezer. And what I like to use is the Zig glue, because it has this really tiny thin tip that's perfect for projects like these. And now, without getting my hands dirty, I can place this right on top, making sure the edges are aligned. Oops. Alrighty, so that looks great. Now let's do the same for the door. So I'm mixing and matching. I'm using rose gold with gold because I cut out two of them just in case. Alrighty, so this goes here. Alright, so next what we are gonna do is attach the rest of the stuff here. Alrighty, now let's start decorating the front. So I've got these layers of plants and stuff that's gonna go here, and I've also cut out these dresses and mannequins that you can place here. So it's up to you whether you could place the mannequins inside the shop. I mean, inside with the shakers, with the shaker sequence, or you can place it outside. That's totally up to you. So I'm gonna stick it outside right here like this. And then on top, I am gonna place these using the foam square like this. So it looks like it's a shop, it's a boutique. That's the look that we are going for. And for this, I am gonna be using a 3D foam square as well. So I just love the effect of the 3D. So I've added the 3D squares. Now I'm gonna place the dress on top like this. And I'm gonna place the mannequin here. Again, I'll be using 3D foam squares for all of these. So I'm gonna place the foam squares behind like this. And remember, the more the merrier. So let's do some behind this one. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna stick it onto our like this. It's a bit slanted, but that's okay. Excuse me. Alrighty, let's do this one. And let's place it here. And next I am gonna glue all these layers together. So what I like to do is flip it, and then I'm gonna apply glue on the wrong side of the next layer. So I'm gonna add, and I'll be using the zig glue because it doesn't curl up the paper. So, and it's so easy to use this glue along these on these tiny tiny surfaces that we have over here. It makes it so much easier to just glide with this glue, which is why I love it. And it doesn't curl up the paper, which is the best part. So when I'm working with medium weight cardstock, I always go for this glue. If it's a heavyweight cardstock, then I use the tacky glue. So let's stick these two together. And this glue is pretty forgiving. So even if you make a mistake, you can arrange it and fix it up. Alrighty, so now we have the green, the grass layer. So let's apply glue here. Alrighty, so I've glued all these layers together. I love how this looks. I've got some glittery paper on top, and then there's gold. So I'm gonna add a lot of foam squares behind this. And then I am gonna attach this on top of the, and you can see how many foam squares I'm using, because like I said, the more the merrier, the better it is. It's easier to stick with more number of squares. All right, so now I am gonna place this on top so it really looks like an actual shop, actual store. And now on top of this, I am gonna place the Happy Mother's Day. Again, I will be using a foam square because just sticking it right on top doesn't really look nice. So let's use a foam square. And we also have some cutouts which were supposed to be windows. So you can, this was supposed to go under this, but it won't be visible. So you can skip it or you can place it here. That's totally up to you. I think it's gonna make it too crowded, so I'm gonna leave this out. And I'm just gonna add some foam squares behind the text that we have here, Happy Mother's Day. And alrighty, so now it's time to place these. So first I'm gonna place the mothers because it's supposed to be centered. So let's place it here. I'm gonna make sure that it's centered and looks great here. And then I am gonna do the other two. So Happy goes here and Day goes at the end. Show you, I think I can move things around a bit before it's stuck forever. It's a bit disproportionate, so we can move things around a bit. And there you go. So we have equal amount coming out from each sides. And there we have it, our beautiful Mother's Day jewelry box. And you can definitely customize it for a different event, for a wedding. You can turn this into a wedding boutique, or you can cut this out in white and write here something related to wedding. And it's a nice thing. You can put your earrings or jewelry inside and you close it and give it as gift. Alrighty, so I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Don't forget to check out more stuff from me, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.